It all started just after sunrise when my 16-year-old daughter, Emily, was out feeding our horses on our own. Ranch land, 40 acres that have never been part of any HOA. But that didn't stop HOA, Karen, from marching across the property line, waving a clipboard and screaming that Emily was violating community livestock rules, even though we weren't members, and she had no authority here. And before my daughter could even explain, Karen whipped out her phone and called 911 claiming, "There's a trespasser with animals on private property," which made Emily burst into nervous laughter because she knew exactly who would get that call. And sure enough, 2 minutes later, my radio buzzed inside my cruiser while I was finishing a night shift. Dispatch saying an HOA member reported an armed and dangerous ranch intruder. And the moment I heard the address, I felt my blood boil. So I flipped on my lights and sirens and headed straight home. And as Karen continued, yelling at my daughter to drop the bucket and get away from the horses, my truck rolled up the driveway and I stepped out in full sheriff uniform, watching Karen's face go white as a ghost as she stuttered, "Wait, you're the responding officer?" And I said, "I'm not just responding, I own this ranch. And that's my daughter you called the cops on." And she tried to blame Emily, babbling that all youth animal activity must be registered with the association. And I told her, "This ranch isn't part of your HOA. You've trespassed twice this month. And now you've filed a false emergency report," which made her knees wobble as she realized she was in real trouble. Then my wife stepped out, recording everything as I issued Karen a trespassing citation and let her know the sheriff's department would be reviewing her misuse of emergency services. And Karen, shaking, tried to apologize, but I pointed toward the road and said, "Leave my family alone before this becomes a court matter." And as she hurried off across the field, Emily asked if I'd still make breakfast like I promised. And I said, "Absolutely. Justice comes first. Pancakes second." While Karen disappeared knowing she'd messed with the wrong family. So remember to subscribe for more Wild Ranch Justice, because you never know when the next HOA meltdown is coming.